This is one of the most important things you'll ever know, and it'll be one of the most important things that once you start to get through it, everything will expand for you and grow. And it's this fear of failure. And you have to really address it, because it's something that for me was just, it was tucked in there. It didn't look like I was afraid of failing, but I was 100% fear of failing. Kept me small, kept me limited, kept me stuck, kept me actually inside this comfortable world. Because if you don't like to get out of your comfort zone, then you actually don't like to win. I like Nike's latest one of their slogans. It says, winning is difficult. Winning is difficult. If you don't want difficulty, you're not going to win. And that's the same thing with failure. And what happens is I have two scenarios. One's a client that recently added 9 million new revenue in a couple weeks. And they keep saying, I wish I did this sooner. I wish we started working together sooner. And I said, why? I said, well, because every time for him, when we get together, he's doing the things that he didn't want to do. And most of those things that he didn't want to do was because he was afraid to fail. He was afraid of someone saying no. He was afraid of, it not working out. All of those kinds of things, fear of failure. Now I have a prospect on the other side. When I asked them, and they've been in and out of jobs and up and down, I said, well, what's going on? What are you afraid of? I said, I'm afraid of not getting this job. Again, a fear of failure. I'm afraid of not doing this. I'm afraid that this won't work out. And I said to them, well, what do you want? And they said, I don't know. I said, well, there you go. And so fear of failure, the way to get past fear of failure is a couple things. And what I had to do for fear of failure for me was I had to actually face it head on. I had to look at it and say, great, this is the direction I need to go. So failure is actually a sign of where you need to go. A lot of people will say it as well as fear. Like when you see fear, that should awaken you. Great. I know where I need to go. I know what I need to address. I know what I need to attack. I know I need to get through this. Fear is exactly what you need in order to be able to get to those places. Because when you do that, that gives you, it's a signpost. Instead of it being a negative, it's now turned into a positive. So that's a big thing on fear. So whatever it is that you're in failing, go and do it. I always tell clients, I say, go do the thing you need to do. Do it with all your might. Don't wait. Do it now. So fear of failure, all of a sudden, as you start to push through it, you then see failure as an opportunity. And that's what I tell my kids. I say, hey, if you're not failing, you're not trying enough. You're not trying hard enough. For me, if I'm not failing, I'm not trying hard enough. And last quick story here for you. There's one time I was in the gym. I was working out with somebody. We were over here kind of working on some stuff, and there was a couple huge guys right next to us. I mean huge. I mean like massive, 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 huge. And they're working out, and they're stacking plates and everything. And I kind of glanced over, and I heard them toward the end of the set. And I wrote a book about it because it was so impactful for me when I heard it. Because he said, as he was going into the next, he goes, help me fail. And I remember that. He was like, he's like, grunting it out, just spitting slobber and everything, just bar like bending. I'm talking like big dudes, like doing big weight, right? Bar bending, and they're like, help me fail. And you can the other guy's spotting him as it comes down. And you know what it's like in the gym? Those last few reps are the biggest gains. The failures are the biggest gains. The failures are the biggest hurdles, especially when you're in the gym. And turn it around and look at it for your own life. Look at the failures. Find them. Attack them. Move through them, and you will grow through them. And your failures will begin to become natural steps. They're no longer things that you're cautious of, you want to wait. They're things that you attack. And that's going to be the difference for you as you begin to take a fear of failure and say, great, what an opportunity. What an opportunity for you. So if this is something for you, if it resonates, like, subscribe, share, do the things you need to do to get where you need to go. God bless you. I can't wait to see you on the next one.